Also, the true air needs some water. Cheers. Right. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Fine Friday. We got a short little game of Balatro in our future. Of course, we got D&D tomorrow, which would be stupendous. And then Sunday, I'm not entirely sure what we're going to do. And Monday, I'm cooking on something. We'll see. We shall see. Anyway, I think today we're going to try to conquer the painted deck. Granted, we're only kind of mid on the stakes. Just getting down to some Eternals. But Eternals with only 4 Joker slots is going to be kind of a pain in the ass, to be perfectly honest. And this is one of those decks that once we get to gold, I probably will never play again because it's just kind of annoying. The increase to hand size is nice, but yeah, no. Well, we're probably going to skip the first thing. I want the first skip to be worth something. So this deck is a normal deck. I'm trying to think in my head, like what? I would love a pair run with this, because you need very few cards for that. Negative Joker and the blanks voucher are going to be like the best for us. Do another reset. Yeah, look at that. A holographic, sure. Sure. Also, because this deck we draw 10 cards. That's so many. That you could go with a flush build, but with only 4 Joker slots, it's gonna be pretty rough. We don't have a stray. Oh no, we do. We do have a stray. Yeah, we'll play that. And definitely a lot of 2 pairs popping up. One thing about this deck too that's kind of interesting is we'll tend to be holding a lot of cards. So cards to give us buff by holding on to them might be really good, like Baron and Shoot the Moon. I think I'm just, kind of think out loud in my head about like the future strategy of this. I don't know. We could try for a full house. We're 1 card away from a full house. 5 of hearts. That is not relevant. All right. Okay, got an 8. There we go. 8s and 4s. Perfecto. Perfecto, I say. Ooh. It's Eternal. It would do very well for us. Yeah. It's early enough that I'll commit to an Eternal holographic photograph. I'll make that work. Do I want this or the Buffoon pack? I'll never see this voucher probably again. The problem is it takes away all my money, and I hate when all the money's gone. I'm gonna do this. I think it's got better long-term implications. Aces and 2s for a full house. Probably win it because of the holographic. Yeah, this deck will also do really well with full houses, the more I think about it. None of these seem relevant to me at all. Can only play 1 hand. These are lame and not worth skipping. Also, that grabber, if we hold an extra hand, was $1 every hand, would take 10 rounds to pay for itself. I'm gonna think about stuff like that. Yeah, I don't want that Joker. Get out of here. We shall play it. Another full house. Does not matter what order the face cards are in, but there you go. Yeah, we get $1 for each remaining hand. Bank card is interesting. Judgment? It's kind of a lame Joker. We'll hold on to it. I mean, there's a flush. I've played mostly full houses. Because this hand, full houses are so likely. I'm trying to think, what kind of cards would benefit? We don't even have a Joker that's only like about full houses, come to think of it. 10, 9, 8, 7. We don't have the straight. Let's see what the card is on the top just to see. Eight of Spades. Let's go digging for, let's keep the Queen. Let's go digging for... Yeah, I guess we'll keep the 8 since we know we're drawing 8. I'm looking for a full house. Beautiful. Crispy with the resub. What did you link me? What is this? That's beautiful. That's what we call, is that what we call a Factorio BBC? Because it's coal? Also only on yellow conveyors. That's such a shame. Started a world. That's beautiful. Don't make me think about Factorio. God, I've been thinking about so many things, Crispy. You have no idea. My thirst radar has been schizophrenic on steroids. Mixed with LSD. I've been thinking about Helldivers because there's a big 1-year anniversary. I still been thinking about that fucking mod pack with Terraria you linked. With the crate mod? That sounds interesting. Yeah, modded Minecraft. It's been a long time. I would love some modded Minecraft. There's that. There's Factorio. Oh, I mean, we got the Elden Ring coming out in 28 days. And that's gonna be like co-op roguelike Elden Ring on steroids. Everyone and their grandmother is gonna be playing. So we gotta get warmed up on that as well. Oh, and there was a Monster Hunter DLC, right? We never went back to, but we could. And there's Oblivion and puzzle games. Okay, what is this? Pull for cake. Ooh. Indeed, I'm crying. Oh, it's all about gears, isn't it, and mechanisms, this mod for modded Minecraft. Don't do this to me. Oh, why? It looks beautiful. They even got little claws. It's the train, though, too. There's a proper train. Great music choice, too. I feel like I've seen this before. It's 2022. I feel like I've seen this. Milkers. They're milking them. Fluid tubes. And a conveyor belts. Got bees. I've used that miller before. In a probably because this was part like a earlier version was in another mod pack. It's like a grinder, steam power. It looks like. Wow. I love the flipping of the item like that. That's cool. Using ice with fans. That's like a sideways hopper? That's interesting. Catapulting minecarts. Auto crafters. Full steam. That looks wild. It's a couple years old, millions of views. Right? Welcome Reaper. Minecraft modimation is what that was. Ignore my recommendations. You guys have tainted it forever. The rails do look incredible. I'm assuming this would be still Java version of Minecraft as well, which would be probably a big one. That's very interesting. That is highly interesting to me. Let's do 2 pair. Run this out. Have to use Curse Forge, right? Okay, yeah, that makes sense. You know, it's you know what's really sad about all of that is that there was a moment when Twitch bought out Curse Forge. Yeah, machine goes whir, machine goes burr, machine goes chugga 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 chugga. But there was a point where I think it was Curse Forge did the team up with Twitch where they kind of owned them and they had it all integrated into their app, Twitch app you had on your PC. And the craziest thing about that it was like about a year or so, It all got, they stopped doing something with the Twitch app, and then like discontinued whatever they were doing with the Cursed Forge with the modders, and like it all broke apart. But there was a moment that had so much potential where when you did modded Minecraft, right, the thing about modded Minecraft or any kind of modded game, right, is typically people who just know the game or just want to join you because you see you're having fun, they don't want to do all the techie stuff behind it. Well, because of the nature of what they had with that app is you could just click a button, it would activate, download the mod, bish bash bosh, done, and you would connect right through it. And it was so slick and smooth with any modded Minecraft you had or what have you. I think they even had some other modded stuff in there, I think, as well. It's kind of a shame that that kind of broke apart. When you linked that, it made me think of that. But yeah, that's tempting crispy. I don't know, man. It's been interesting. Photographs are better. Face cards is what that means. We don't care about the tower card necessarily. Not doing any specific suit. I think we'll just put a multiplier on these, much as I like a glass card, but we just want a flat multiplier. That'll be fine. What's made you start looking at that kind of stuff, Chris? Because I know you were looking at modded Terraria. Starting to go deep into the modded world. Has that been the current endeavor? Must play 5 cards, it's fine. We'll skip because we definitely want that. Double tag, don't need to worry about. This does not benefit me. Going heavy into full house and 2 pair apparently. More tarot cards in the shop is pretty tempting. Ooh. Do we want the flush? Not really, no. 10 cards that I could only get 2 pair. If I play too many 2 pair, I will not win. I have to go for a full house. Ante 3, we've had some really bad shops at the moment. 12 of clubs, so getting the queen in our way. Alright. We'll discard these looking for that queen. Queens and 4s, let's go. Kings, 7, 6s, 6, 7, 8, 5. I always get this when this damn game, when we get to like this point, it's like there's not really a direction we're going like with the type of hands, so it's just I don't know what to focus on. Like, are we doing flushes? Are we doing pairs? Are we doing 2 pairs? I hate the indecision. Yeah, no, 100% crispy. That's why people love modded Minecraft. I couldn't tell you the last time I did vanilla Minecraft. God. I know Microsoft has been sitting on whatever they've been doing with it for a long time. I think people I think the last update, everyone got really upset because they had this major update and it was like so small that it kind of angered everybody because it really didn't deliver that much. Like a new animal or something. I remember like the memes of people goofing on it. It's like 2 years of work and it showed like a picture. That's kind of interesting. I have a straight, but I want a full house, damn it. 5 of diamonds. You don't have a 5. I have 3 kings, and I need another pair to make it happen. There we go. That'll work. Probably. Yeah, probably crying. Yeah, probably. But like, mainly we're thinking like, whatever Microsoft is doing to vanilla Minecraft. But I guess the smaller updates would help the modders, so it doesn't affect them too much. But Minecraft's always been known to have, like, in the past, like, these huge I mean, I remember when they first, like, introduced the Wither and how, like, all these things came up. It was just wild. I think there was, like, the Sea Guardian update. I think it was just before that. I think the Wither was in response. I don't remember which order, but I remember people were kind of disappointed in the Sea Guardian update, where you had like the water temple and everything. And some update came out later that was like a lot bigger to like compensate. A while back. Gotcha, Crispy. That's funny. Yeah, they're probably, you know, it's probably one of those things that, you gotta, like, ever since Microsoft bought it, they tried to, split the game. So, for people who don't know, to give a little history, is that Notch made Minecraft out of Sweden. Came out, it was Cave Game was originally, came out in I think there was some early demos, but like early came out 2011, and it grew and grew and grew, and then there was a point where I want to say just a couple of years later, the modded community just exploded with it. And Notch and the team at the time kind of embraced it, and they actually started doing updates to help the modders. They did command blocks, and did all these other kind of quality of life things with slime blocks and what they could do, and it actually ended up helping the mod makers do a bunch of stuff. And there was like this really cool like symbiotic relationship for a good while, and that's what birthed like all the great Minecraft stuff, like, you know, Yogscast exploded back at the time, and all the big YouTubers did all the animated shorts. You had Captain Sparkles, you had PewDiePie did it later, you had Toby Turner, you had I mean, the list of Minecrafters at the time, I think it was Venom, there was there's a lot of people, and it was huge. And then, but what I was getting to the point is that there was a point where it got sold. And the moment it got sold, you had to transfer they kept the Mojang accounts for a while, and they kind of kept it as a division. And what they did was, because they wanted it on Xbox and they needed to code it over, they split it. That's what made the Bedrock edition of Minecraft, and that was the Xbox 360 version. And then it kind of had its own little division and renaissance, and was kind of going through updates. And then there were kind of updates that hit it first or differently. They didn't even have creative mode when they first ported it over to Xbox, like 360 and stuff, back in the day. And in that split, they kept doing the Bedrock edition, and I think they've still been mainly focusing on that. And then the kind of, I don't even know if they even updated. I think they stopped at some point with the Java edition, I think. I'm not entirely sure, but they kind of diminished, and then they started. There was a couple of things, but like they kind of let it wither because I think they didn't. This is me assuming, but it just felt like the corporation didn't want anything to do with the modded community at all, or any of that. They kind of started letting it wither or die on the vine, so to speak. That's what I got from it, anyway. Well, this isn't a bad card. It's free, though. Well, that's the case for most games. I mean, but see, here's the funny thing, and I remember this is like ancient history now, at least for the internet, but there was the great horse gate of Minecraft, where some people were kind of upset, but I'm pretty sure, oh, I hope I'm not misremembering, but horses were first introduced into the game as a mod in Minecraft, and then they added it. And I'm pretty sure there was something in the background where people thought that they stole it from the modder, but I think Notch and the team at the time, because that's when Notch owned it, kind of reached out to them. But this is the same thing that happened with Factorio, right? The whole reason we have the space DLC in Factorio is all a mod. It's even still in the game file itself. If you go to Factorio right now, and that DLC, it says space mod. Right? Which is kind of crazy. So they just basically got the modder, they invited him, hired him, flushed it out, integrated an entire game. He took his mod, put the name over, and then they sold it and made money. To me, that's just genius and great, because it made everybody happy. Very open-ended, you guess, speculation, but leaving modded community eliminates the difference between PC and console edition. Yes, I definitely think that, Cryan. Well, it's kind of like it's the corporation kind of thing, where they kind of want the full control and they don't want any risk, right? Because if there's any modder that does anything that's not kosher, or makes the company look bad, you know, it looks bad at Microsoft or whatever, and people like to blow it out of proportion instead of looking at it as an individual thing. Yeah, console edition is pretty bad in comparison. I mean, it runs, but like, it let them control and kind of make money on the console end of things. And again, you have to remember is that Microsoft's goal, and this has probably been their goal since way back then, is to be the Netflix of gaming, right? What does that mean? Their goal is to have where you don't really own anything, but you rent it, and then you can have access to everything for the right price, and they keep you on that loop, kind of like Netflix keeps you, you know, Netflix and chill, and the pop-ups going, you know, are you still there? Is he almost finished? Do you got a cock in your mouth? I mean, I know I went left field on that, but I mean, that's what they want to. That's what they want to be, and because in Bedrock Edition, they set it all up where you could buy skins, Fortnite style, because they were competing with it at the time. You could buy servers only via the Bedrock. There was no crossplay at the time, I think like the first genuine crossplay we had was thanks to Fortnite. Funny enough. Yeah, which they've done. Which, yeah, they're definitely pushing everyone to Game Pass. Which, some people have said some things that the prices are going up because of tariffs. It's a digital fucking game. People need to shut the fuck up about that because they don't know what they're talking about. It's a digital asset. I'm sorry. And there's gonna be like some pedantic detail. Nah, it's a. We went for way from. If it was a physical copy, I would get it, but it's. They're not even doing that. You buy a physical box, and then there's a code to download it. Yeah, that's what Ubisoft says. Bullshit. I got news for like the world on this. If anything happened to my Steam library and every game that I've invested in, which I know I have, if something happened to where magically I don't have access to these games, you bet your ass I will pirate the living fuck out of every one of them because I bought them until the day I die. Put that in writing. I don't care. Put me in jail. Good luck. Because I bought the games. If you kind of remove my option to have them, then we have a problem. Yeah, as long as, you know, our God and Savior, you know, Gabe is still okay and everything like that. But what happens if he dies and his son is like, I don't want to run this, I want to keep racing race cars, and just says fuck it and sells it to Amazon or whatever for said hundreds of billions of dollars? Then what? Then what? The only reason that Steam is for gamers is because it's ran by a gamer. The moment that man dies, which he's thinned up, it looks like he's taking care of himself, which is great. They need to pump him through full of everything that they can to keep that man alive. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. Be back to the retrosphere for eternally. Yeah, we need to make him immortal. That's exactly right. But like, I mean, what is some worst case scenario? Right? You know, I don't want to be a Debbie Downer, but you know, we have to strategize for the potentiality of the future. Is, you know, say he passes away. I talked to Lucario about this. You know, say he passes away. And I did a deep dive and Googled like his son, what his son does. His son is a race car driver. He loves racing. He has no interest. At least that from what I could read and kind of decipher, I'll say. You know, maybe I could be wrong, but my take is he has got no interest. So, all right. He's got no interest. The company's worth billions of dollars. He's gonna sell it, probably. Who does he end up selling it to? Out of all the companies out there, who could buy Steam? I think, was it Microsoft has made a few attempts at buying it, right? But they've always just said no. But there's like what, there's like 3 major players that could even buy Steam. Realistically, something like that, some absurd number that's really small. Let's see if we get another face card for a full house. 9 of spades. Who knows? I watch FTL. Who knows? But they did get delayed. Apparently. Speaking of that, by the way, which is just absurd. I'm sorry. I have no sympathy for this, but, and maybe it's harsh. I don't care. They put a suicide help number in the Reddit community for GTA 6 or the GTA subreddit when the delay got announced. I'm sorry. That is just they need mental help. That's not healthy. That's not healthy gaming at all. I play hours of gaming every day of my life, thousands upon thousands of hours. I'm not suicidal for a delay. Jesus Christ. People are really absurd on that. It's just Grand Theft Auto. Like, it's good, but it ain't that good. Little Timmy's just sitting there shaking with his shark cards, going, "I need it, I need it!" And the mom's credit cards are all just spewed out on the floor. Like a Fortnite poster behind them. Quite the mental image, I tell you what. Yeah, that's a little ridiculous. Well, yeah, like, it has been an absurdly long time. But, you know, all those people who bought shark cards killed Bully 2. Legitimately, that got leaked and confirmed that the reason that they stopped making Bully 2 was because they were making so much money from GTA Online and microtransactions that they diverted all that attention in that direction instead of that. And then they were doing some I think something with the prototype game where it would have been collabed with another game. I forget what it was, but prototype was really good as well, speaking of good games. Gotcha, watch FTO. Yeah, crying, but like, yes, you are probably right. But the problem is that psychology is more contagious than the flu. And the psychology and his, you know, the mindset of him, if it's gone, is going to put that in disarray. There'd be a power vacuum, and you know, I would hope that you're exactly right, and that, you know, his second command, third command in the group would kind of band together. But you know, once the band's broken apart, what do you do? Realistically, what do you do? I wholeheartedly hope that you're right about that, but it's just history tends to, you know, repeat itself. All right, let's take a look at this. BBC. Well, I already judge you. Oh. Well, they got the clicks, so good for them. I'm getting impatient at this point. News of the delay has landed hard with fans such as 27 fan, absolutely furious right now. He tells, how are you furious when it's a delay? I'm pretty sure Elden Ring got delayed, and Elden Ring's fine. Cyberpunk got delayed. The launch was a little bit rocky for some, but it turned out just fine. Yeah, right here. Here we go. Look, this is your first answer. Okay? It's the console peasants are at fault here. Okay? This is the problem. Yeah, I don't know who he is. Yeah, he's just a random gamer. But yeah, it also, yeah, it's not even gonna be on PC. So like, to me, this delay affects me zero. It just, whew, I have no interest. Just. Perhaps, and they get a little bit more polish in the meantime, right? It also just put, it also just give them free publicity right? And as we know, any publicity is good publicity, whether it be bad or good. And this is bad. This is a ripple enough where it's in everybody's brain. Yes, they are. Sony and Microsoft really announced price increase for both machines. Again, not for nothing. At this time, like, I wonder how much time is going to go on where consoles, it'd probably be a long time, but I feel like at some point consoles will die. And like Nintendo will be the only one left because it's portable. Because for the price, people are just getting PCs and just hooking the PCs up. Yeah, like, and everybody who's doing anything nowadays are like us. They're at least tech savvy enough to put a PC together. I mean, to me that feels like average. I've been told it's not, but you know, consoles were good for like the boomers. But I mean, don't get me wrong, I enjoyed my consoles. I still love all the old consoles, but you know. Yeah, let's read this. Let's enjoy this. GTA 6 will only be available on PlayStation 5 and Xbox launch, meaning owners of older consoles will need to upgrade to play it. Okay. Sony and Microsoft recently announced price. This year I literally got a job just to save up to get a PlayStation 5. It's all ruined now. Yes, thank you, Euron. Yes, pre-built PCs are better than most consoles. That's exactly right. Yeah, and most TVs, like, okay, if you had, like, was it, hold on, how much? Hold on. PlayStation 5 price. Let's go low end. So right now on Amazon, looks like I could get, that's a slim, I could get for 500 bucks. Okay. We'll say 500 bucks. And then there's a Pro for 700. This is right here, just says PlayStation 5. So, PlayStation Slim, 500 bucks. You could go get a pre-built PC, 500 bucks, roughly. You just take your screen, you hook it right into your TV, HDMI, and it will work. You could do anything you want on it, and you can play whatever game you want on it. Probably. I mean, Slim is digital only? Yeah. I was going to the low end just to go on the low end. Yes, Cryan, you're right about that. Yeah, they need to be exposed to it. Absolutely. But again, we're kind of chronically, people would peg us as chronically online, but I don't know. I think they're crazy. I just, this is a hell of a quote. I watch FTL. This is a great share. This is a hell of a quote, because yeah, how do you not have a job? How do you not save up? Like, it's all ruined now. Although he praises Rockstar for making amazing and complex games, a 12-year wait is getting too much for him. It's been 12 years. That's crazy. I'm getting real patient at this point, he says. When GTA 5 came out, I was in school. I was a teenager. I might start having kids soon. Okay. In this economy? Yeah, sure. You don't look. You just had to get a job to save up for a PlayStation. You're nowhere near to having kids soon, buddy. I'm sorry. That's not how that works. I might not even have time to play GTA 6 when it comes out. Yeah, like, I get being like, I'm excited for tons of things in life, like, but they're that's crazy, man. I wouldn't want my world to be that small. Jesus. They do like the breed. That's true. It's crazy, man. That's crazy. But again, the reason GTA 5 has lasted for 12 years and the reason they haven't done anything has already been leaked and been made clear. It was because of the microtransactions and shark cards. That's why. Okay? That is 100% why. I mean, hold on. Let's... I'm gonna Google something that's gonna blow your brain. Look at this number, it makes me depressed. Let me do this. Be a little bit more specific. Wait, why did that change? Okay, my goofy search, which is not proper English, gave me a better search with the Brave AI, but here we go. Grand Theft Auto 5 has made over $6 billion with a B from its in-game microtransactions, with a significant portion of that revenue coming from shark cards. Specifically, GTA Online, the multiplayer component of the game, generates about $800 million annually from shark cards alone. $800 million annually. Yeah, I don't... I don't understand that. I never have. I don't think I can. I don't think I want to be honest, but like I don't. I'm with you, like with what you said. I don't get the I'm having a hard time, so I'm just gonna pay real money to make my life easier in the game. I guess, you know, I guess that really is a rich versus poor person mentality, maybe. I don't know. In my life, it's always been like trying to buy my way out of something has never been really the option. So it's always been the other. Learn it, try to fix it, do it yourself if you can. Play it more. It's so crazy. Yeah, but like, you also have a different mentality. But yeah, I mean, it's just weird. I talked about like this is, I think this was a couple of years ago, but the statistics are still crazy. Like, I hate to say it, boys, but we are the minority when it comes to this. Like, it is, we are the strong minority. I looked at charts and data, and it was just absurd. It is our goal as OG gamers, okay, to pass down the true, what it is to be a true gamer, why it's important, why it's special. Oh no, the gaming industry as a whole overwhelms everything. The last Game Awards, you know, I'm not saying gamers are the minority, Crispy. I'm saying gamers that don't buy shark cards are the super majority. Right? Yeah. No. Gaming as a whole is larger than any industry combined. It's bigger than football, the whole world, than American football. It's bigger than movies. I mean, the chart is like, it is way above. Oh, they're very predatory, the companies. Mm-hmm. Yep. That's true, you're on. It's true. What is this TikTok link you've given me? What the hell is this? Why am I looking at a Monster commercial? Why does it have no... Crispy, what is that? What is this? Can I just say that Celsius is better in every way? It tastes better, has more of a kick. It doesn't have, it has, what is this? No high fructose corn syrup of any kind, no aspartame, and no artificial colors of any kind. It's beautiful. It's all fruit extract. And I love it. This shit is amazing and will make you buzz, let me tell you. It's great. Cheers. Monster Maniac. If I don't get a full house, we don't win, so this run has been limping along. But we'll keep ranting. 2 of hearts? Can't do anything with 2 of hearts. Lame. Alright, well at least I got the full house. You feel like you're gonna die when you drink it? It's stronger. It's definitely stronger. 100%. Oh, Crispy, I hate to hear that. That's with the remastered, right? Damn. People were hoping that would do really well so they would have a reason to do a sequel. Yeah, no, I know what you mean, Crispy. What you're saying is with love. I understand. Wholeheartedly. Ah, gotcha. I'm sorry. I got you crying. I misread that. Yeah, I've tried to like re-drink a Monster just after, you know, having, you know, Celsius only for a while, which is actually cheaper when I buy like the big bulk case. And like I said, the flavors are better. There's kind of a retro vibe with like a sherbet, and that shit is really good tasting. Like holy shit, like one of the best flavors I've ever had, because it tastes like a liquid lifesaver kind of, but it's like it's all fruity. But yeah, I can't even do Monsters anymore. I'm fully with you. Random one on Amazon you found? Alright, hold on. Might be logged on my Amazon, so I'm doing this just in case. Yeah, it would have doxed me. Yeah, $625 for that PC. Yeah, and it's better than, yeah, exactly. It's a pre-built, better than any console. Yeah, a completely random PC you found. yeah, that's. People just don't know what they can find because they just don't know. They don't think about it, I guess. I don't know. Wow. Yeah, and then, like, I remember, like, there was, like, the raspberries you can get, I think they're called. People were telling me to get something like that for, like, run like a server or something. It'd be kind of cheap to do, like, a really light-end server side something. But yeah, there's all kinds of, like, little mini setups and stuff. That's the one thing that's really cheap now, is memory and space for that kind of processing is becoming the cheapest thing out there. It's the powering it that's the most expensive thing. Jack 10 9 8 7. This deck could be great for 2 pairs. Oh, 4 of a kind. I'm gonna try to keep the blue seal and try to get more full houses. That's crazy small. And that's really awesome. Yeah, there's... Hell, most people, the majority of gamers right now that have grown up, okay, learned gaming on a phone. Look how tiny a phone is. You're playing Fortnite on a phone. It's sad but true. Alright, all spades are debuffs. This card's irrelevant. Todd's not gonna help me. I need to reroll. Why does it do this? This card is so stupid. I hate to summon it. Give me the banner because it's at least some chip value. We want to level up my pairs at all? No, I'm trying to do full houses. That's what I'm trying to do. A lot of diamonds, man. A lot of diamonds, man. I watch FTL. Oh, good. Oh my god, what a fucking headline to write to. UN judges keeping slaves got sent to jail. God. What a time to be alive. It's so stupid. 6 of spades, I think. That's funny, you're on. Alright. Freaking more full house bullshit. But at least gives us half the score, and the chips were way better for us. I'd like to keep the aces if I can. Going for full houses really is difficult in this game. 4 hearts. 4 hearts is good. Yeah. Yeah. Give me that beautiful Earth. Earth. Welcome to Earth. Ooh. Foil seltzer. That's beautiful. Are we like slowly building something worth our time? My phone. Wait, is that what I heard? Was my phone? Fucking phone doing? Hold on. My apologies. Spam. Not important. Not emergency. Okay, good. Ooh, new batch of jokers. All hypothetical jokers, I presume. Oh no, these are the. Oh, if they were brands, right. This is cool. Smiley face with the brands. Midas mask. Look at that. That's. People are living some completely different lives in parallel to us, aren't they? So you're telling me there's a group of people chanting to release and justice for the very person that's being convicted for having enslaved somebody. That's crazy. Ride the bus, that's a great advertisement. These are great, by the way. The golden ticket. Very Willy Wonky-y. To-do list. That's really good. I watch FTL. Yeah, she did. Yeah, she did, didn't she? Fucking crazy. I've been on a huge rabbit hole lately of people uncovering like fraudulent charities and stuff, and I wish I would have never gone down that rabbit hole. I've had to stop because it made me so nihilistic. It was like really bad. Speaking of like crazy shit, I ranted about it like a couple days ago, but like there were so many things I saw where like nobody got the fucking money, and it all went to the process instead of the goal, and everything was done for the process sake instead of the goal's sake, and it just blew my mind. I didn't understand. I said it before on stream, but I just to say it again, is that it is crazy to me that there was a charity upset at Mr. Beast for making wells in Africa because in their take it was making them look bad. That's crazy, Crispy. It's crazy. Absolutely absurd. This is cool. That's really cool with the constellation. Bola. Campfire. Yeah, Campfire's a lame card. Yeah, it's fucking crazy. It's crazy, man. Oh. Truly. Gotcha, McDougal. Well, I don't know about all. It's just the stuff I was looking at was just rabbit holes of this. Some. Again, I'm not saying all. Like I said, there was one that was it varies, and it's like anything else though in life, and this is really important that I think a lot of people forget is just because there's one bad doesn't mean all is bad, and people forget that. But man, the list of shit where a lot of the majority is really fucked up. But yeah, I'm sure that's, yeah, but the bad ones, boy, woo. Like, for instance, right? Also, like, so for instance, one thing about it, right, is people do digging and kind of find this stuff out. There was one, I don't remember, I wish I could remember the name of it to save my life. I really do. Yes, that is true with the cake analogy. There was a thing I saw where I want to remember its name, but I'm gonna skip over name. But it was not the Ronald McDonald House, to put it in perspective. But it did something similar, and there was like a total like 110 million that they had donated to them to give to kids with cancer. God, I want to remember the name of the charity. And like they found out only 2 million actually went to any kids, and 108 went to just expenses, everything else, staff, managerial, stuff like that. And they could do it legally because like people didn't understand like the slight distinction between like the type of charity. Like there's a 538c versus a 538 or something like that. I don't know, but there's a code difference. And because it's similar but not the same, legally they're fine. Like that shit I really don't like. That really pissed me off with it, but yeah, there's some issues with that. Ooh, is that more average? Is that more brands? Yeah, that's true, Cryan. Yeah. Well, okay. Oh, look at this. This is awesome. Holy shit, that's amazing. I love it. Ah, so we'll put a lot of work into that. Oh, I needed that. That's beautiful. But yeah, there's I have had and always have had a big issue with a lot of that stuff because of personal experiences. Like my grandfather on my dad's side of the family is like from Long Island, New York, and it's in New York and all that kind of stuff. And it's funny you say that, Cryan, because I only met him once, so I don't know anything else about the person, but he was a friend of my grandfather's. And I learned after he had passed, the grandfather was talking, telling stories and stuff. And for the longest time, this friend made money in New York being a bum. That's what he did. That's all he did. And the way he did it, right, is he had, back in the day, what he would do is he'd have like his brand new, you know, pick rich car, I don't know, BMW or Jaguar or whatever, high-end car, and he'd have a special garbage bag in the back with his clothes that he never washed, and he would go to the parking lot. This is what it was told to me, mind you. So, secondhand information, but it is what it is. But that's what he would do, is he would take his clothes and he would change in the parking lot, and he would go and bum, get the money all day, come back, change out of the clothes, put them in the bag, take the money, whoop, and then repeat that process. And I don't know if it was exaggerated, but my grandfather, he was very mean to fucking to bums or panhandlers because of that. Especially if I went, my grandfather on my dad's side was a very crazy person. Like, he legit was like a stereotype. Like, I shit you not, he was the kind of grandfather that, like, you see like in a cartoon that's like over the top and goofy and doing crazy shit. I lived it. Like, he had like a little truck, right? And to give you an example of his crazy is that he'd have a Tupperware container full of nuts and bolts where the drink holder was. And he went in jail. My grandfather went in jail like multiple times for all kinds of shit. And was always having legal troubles because of the stuff. It's a whole different thing. And he did not fuck around. If he did not like something, he fucking hit people. No problem. But if somebody cut him off or did something mean to him in the road, he would legitimately grab, I never personally saw it, but he have it in his, when he died and we had to clean out his truck of stuff and we had to sell it, it was still there. And it was just this little, container, like an egg drop soup container, plastic thing. It's like Tupperware, full of nuts and bolts. And if people cut him off, he would grab them and he would throw it out the window. He would like drive up on them and get in front of them or to the side of them, and would legitimately grab the nuts and bolts and fucking throw it at them and ding and scratch and chip up the cars. To give a perspective of this man. So when he would be mean, he would be very mean. But his friend was the bum guy that made a living doing it. But he said that his friend who did that made a killing. He'd make better money than he did. Again, also I was told, but there was very clear evidence of the stuff. It was fucking crazy. I mean, my grandfather, I think he was at the time, how old was I? I was 15. It was like, 17 years ago. So he was, I think, in his mid 60s at the time. It was a few months after his wife passed, my grandma, and one day we get a call. My dad had to go get him out of like a mall, out of custody, because he had shoplifted cheese out of Publix. And when we got home, because I rode with my dad to do it, and we got him home and we had like dinner with him and stuff like that, and he'd pay like a fine or something, and it's misdemeanor or whatever they were doing. My dad asked him, "Why the fuck did you do this?" And he goes, "Well, I just wanted to keep sharp." And he thought it was funny because sharp was also a cheese, but he meant just his pickpocketing capabilities. Oh, my grandfather, everybody. Fucking like 63 years old, fucking stealing cheese at Publix in the middle of fucking Florida. He wanted to stay sharp, and he was bored. But he had a really the reason he was crazy though is he had a really fucked up childhood. Now, granted, that's no excuse, but he did it pretty bad, because my great grandfather on that side was in World War II and was a bomber pilot. One of them, just one of them. I don't know exactly like I'm not gonna go to like division or anything like that, but that's what he did. But during that time, my grandfather was left home with his stepmom when his dad went off to go fight in World War II. When that happened, he got kicked out immediately, and he was, I think, 10, just about 11, on the streets of New York. Just out. You're gone. Nobody. And the dad couldn't do anything because he was in the army. And the mom lied and said he ran away. So he grew up with a just high school level or just below high school level education during World War II on the streets of New York. So that's why he was that level of crazy. So he he had quite the history. And he went on to do all kinds of other things I could go into that I know of. And I know of because what's kind of crazy is some of it was kind of a little exaggerated because, you know, stories tend to do that when you tell tales. But when he passed and we had to, like, you know, my dad was the oldest of all the brothers and was managing the will, and I would help at the time. When we went through all his stuff, I had to go through like all the digital stuff and go through the paperwork and shred stuff and do stuff. And there were things that, like, history of his arrests, some mug shots, like the things he talked about were not fake. I saw evidence of pieces of it. And I was like, what the fuck? It turned out to all be true. He had a hell of a fucking life, let me tell you. He didn't fuck around, that's for sure. I can't stress that enough. Like, he was that kind of stereotype where, you know, if he was but like he had like these good things where, like, an example of something I know that he would probably have done is he really liked animals a lot. It's kind of one of the things that kind of bonded with him out of anything else. Because we both liked animals a lot. Especially when I was in like my growing up Steve Irwin era of life. But like he was definitely the kind of person that, like, if he saw somebody like be mean to a dog in public or something, he'd go up and like threaten to kick their ass, and would manage to do it as well. They probably deserved it, but he would legitimately go, like, he have no problem. Like, that day goes, well, I guess this is the day, and they just walk up and start some shit because, you know, don't be mean to animals. But he definitely liked animals more than people, from what I could tell, for sure. Anyway, tyrant aside, that's a little history of mine. Hope you enjoyed. Very, very. That was my dad's side, and now my mom's side, from the deep south, with just as crazy of stories. When I say that, like, I'm a living meme because I'm a Florida man, birthed by like a Southern Belle and a New York Yankee combo, I'm not fucking around. It's some interesting shit in life, let me tell you. I'm gonna put this in the front because of the multiplier I want to stack with multiplicity. That's the word I'm looking for. 12,000. I forget, we're playing a game, aren't we? I could rant and rave all day. That's again why Urans told me to do a podcast where I just talk about shit instead. Because I could just talk about something forever. That I can do. I doubt I'll be doing anything like that, though. A lot of prep work. A lot of prep work. I guess we play the flush. I don't really have anything else. I don't have a straight flush either. Is that so, Euron? Oh, you gotta give me a clip of that. I gotta see that. That's amazing. True crying. There's a lot of that. Me and I watch FTL have talked about that. No, hey, but don't worry, Cry. Don't you worry. They will have 10 super chats or, you know, donations or rants or what have you, and we'll have like 50 to 100 people there for some reason. So, no biggie. Whatever logic that is. To save people by microtransactions. It's my reasoning and my thought process. All right, 80,000. Can I do that? I don't think so. We've been really fortunate with the banana. We have banner and chips. Seltzer's gonna carry us a lot. Damn. I don't know what this run does right now. That's the crazy thing. What does this run do? Well, the bull is better than banner now, which would give us a big chip advantage. The only problem is it is connected to our money. Yeah. Bull's good enough for that. We've got a lot of uncommon, but these two are like, this could break at any moment, and then this is only got 8 more hands, so we're kind of sitting on a knife's edge. All right, let's take a look what we got here. Take a look at this. Come here. Snug it up. Look at that. Look at that. What's he playing with this? He's at white stake. He's only a third ante. He's got Uranus and Empress for some reason. He's got 2 of the shittiest cards in the entire game. Right there. I'm sorry. He's also selected 2 6s, and I think this you need 1 6 for it to give you a card, and he doesn't have a consumable slot available. That's a problem. Also, this is just a +4 multiplier. I don't even know how he got to this with this setup. Maybe he's got some enhanced cards in here, maybe. Also, what is this? This is another picture. That was a comment on that. Oh, that's amazing. That's amazing. I believe it. Oh, that's amazing. And accurate. Extremely accurate. Ooh. Got straight. Interesting. Really? You're on the maker of Black Mirror? Really? I did not know that. Wow. Going from a game reviewer to like that. That's kind of crazy. Look under print. Here we go. Wikipedia. In the PC zone. Wow. His earlier reviews included System Shock and Fallout. Oh, Cyber Twats. What a great idea this is. Or, I'm sorry, Cyber Twats is a hell of a name. And then Sick Notes. That's a great idea, too. Oh, one of Booker's one-shot cartoons caused a magazine to be pulled from the shelves of many British newsagents. The cartoon was titled The Helmet Wrestler's Cruelty Zoo and professed to be an advert for a theme park created by a, I don't know, or an ancient European tribe mentioned by Roman authors. The Teutons, psychologists for children to take out their violent impulses on animals rather than humans. It is accompanied by Photoshop pictures of children smashing the skulls of monkeys with hammers, jumping on a badger with a pitchfork, and chainsawing an orangutan. Kind of interesting. Wow. Of course he's being satirical, but you know, they pulled it because they're worried. It's probably making a point, some kind of humorous point that probably no one understood at the time. Review for System Shock, and he's a director of Black Mirror episodes. Wow. To me, that just seems like such a kind of a crazy leap in my head. Oh look, we can get the Chaos Clown that's got a multiplier, which would be nice, but it's, you know, eternal. We gotta get rid of this card because we need something else. Like, we're kind of desperate at this point. I have no... Why? Way too early for the castle, or way too late for the castle. And I already have chips, so... Let's skip this. Oh, boo-hoo, Crispy. Oh, boo-hoo. Oh, you don't have enough space. Oh no. What will you do? What will you do? That's exactly right. Alright, we'll play this full house first. That's probably why he's really good at making those Black Mirror episodes, because that's a really thinking outside the box, for sure. I kind of like it, though. That's the kind of stuff that needs to be, like, that's original ideas that's kind of interesting. Well, I would very much like to sell this to get the boss, but hanging chat in this kind of seemed like we need it. Also, this is about gone. Yeah. Building like a movie library with something like that is a good idea. Really basic system, but just with a lot of terabytes for just, you know, data. I tried to tell my dad to do something like that with, because he's got a huge DVD collection, and I was like, for convenience, just have them all on a single, you know, not even connected to the internet computer to do something like that. Could be done. We're gonna do this. It's my better judgment. We're doing this. It's happening. Yeah, that's what I did with his music. He wanted like a bunch of music and he had CDs, and instead I was like, just put it all on a thumb drive. And he's like, what's the limit on that? And I showed him the amount of data like one song takes. It's just audio. And I go, well, here's a 16 gig stick. And I go, you could probably put like, I don't know, 16 hours of content on this, if not more. And he's like, 16 hours? I go, yeah. 47 games installed. Crispy, you have a problem. Yeah, you're on. I think it was way more, but I just kind of, I remember it being like something kind of absurd. It was really absurd. All right, we need to get face cards in here. What is this, Crispy? What is this? Oh dear God, Crispy, what? Oh, you did install Enter the Gungeon. Oh, when did you start playing that? Was that due to me? Look at, okay, we need to judge some things. Look at this. You get Terraria, Rust, and Bodycam, Elden Ring, Warhammer, Stalker, Factorio, Helldivers, Stellaris, Blasphemous, great game, Kingdom Come, PoE 2, They Are Billions is a great game, Core Keeper, 7 Days to Die, Dark Souls, Monster Hunter, Forest, Raft, great game, Into the Gungeon, Buckshot, yeah, we need to play some Buckshot. I did that with Clay and Zeb. We need to play some of that, Chris, because I played some of that. Clay wanted me to try it out. Clay's great. He got it for me. It was a great game. So much fun. You get to play like the mental game. 82 games. Yeah, I have like 3 because of my hard drive limit. That's impressive though. That's great. What was I thinking about? Brain, not braining. Okay. Yeah, I have a what do I have? Hold on. I have a terabyte and a 500 gig SSD. So I got 1.5. My streaming computer has a 4 terabyte for stream archives. I go back like 6 months, something like that, and then the like 250, like, you know, operating SSD or something like that. I think it's something like that, somewhere around there. I need to get some terabytes. Yes, we'll need to do something like that, some kind of Frankenstein setup. Okay, most I've played is that. Western Digital's great. It'll load. Hold on. I'm not gonna do that because I don't know if it'll pop up and anything you buy will be. It's not loading for me because it's in Europe. This is a problem. There we go. I reloaded. That worked. Oh, I see. It's only 10,000 euros. What a deal! And it's 160 terabytes. You can get the upgraded version for 208 terabytes for only 13,000 euro. It'll be delivered here in 3 to 4 weeks. Jesus Christ, I didn't know they made something that big. 208 terabytes. Wow. That's crazy. Exactly. How many Steam games do you own? All of them. That's exactly right. All of them. That's crazy. Yeah, that's true. I watch FTL. I'm gonna skip this because this is about to break and we need something, so yep. Seltzer's carrying us hard right now. Wow, give me a 3 of a kind but no other pair. You just really don't want to give me a full house, don't you? Does this say a 14 of clubs? That's an ace, but I don't want to play the ace because I want the Okay. Forgo the tarot card to play the full house. Yeah. Really, Euron? Where's that person today? God, did they become a streamer? They should have. You me both. That's a hell of a backlog. So we have this Joker. This is gonna hurt so much. You have no idea. But we have to sell this because it's gonna be dead soon. We might as well get this. Man. I hate spending the money because we're losing chips, but we're kind of committed. Now this boss starts with no discard, so we're going to see how this goes. Meme from back in the day, you remember wanting to win it. Okay. Oh, wow. Never forget guy from Us Have You wins every game on Steam. Wow. Yeah, would you look at that? Good old 4chan post. They had a whole conniption. What a cesspool. Interesting information occasionally bubbles up out of there, but cesspool. For sure. That's kind of crazy. There was something like that I saw not that long ago where a guy had won like unlimited like flyer miles or something from like a plane service, and like for the rest of his life or something, or he got like a, excuse me, like a ticket that he could fly for free for like the rest of his life. And after like so many years, it costed the company so many millions that they actually revoked it. I think it was with Delta was the airline. I think that's right. I just read the headline though a long time ago. I thought it was funny. Zero discards, and we don't have a full house. Of course we don't. We'll play the king high. Let's turn the 6 into a stone card. We'll play the king high. Keep all of these pairs, and kind of hunt for it. It was united. Thank you, I'll watch FTL. You're probably correct. Yeah, I knew it was something in that vein, but yes. He just would book something somewhere just because he could. That's hilarious. Alright, we'll put this in the front. We've got to hold on to this because I need this. I need one full house to win. You know, there used to be a thing where they had something like that for the money, right? Like where the guy would come to the house, right? You like won the lottery and you get paid like $1,000 a week for the rest of your life. It was kind of, or 5,000 a week or whatever. I wonder where those people are and like what's happened to that. You know, is that even still going on? I couldn't even imagine. Like, when, what, where, and how. Was it publishers? Yeah, that's right, publishers. Because I remember as a kid seeing that advertised and people talk about it, like the commercials, and they have all the balloons and the big guy holding the big check. That was a long time ago. Oh, my banana broke. I didn't say whose life. That's funny. I watch FTL. I think I remember seeing someone talking about a guy winning a donut every morning for life. But then the owner died and the son took over. He revoked it, so well, didn't say whose life. I mean, he's not technically wrong. Yes, we gotta find. I need my negative banana though. That's the problem. I need a negative banana. Extra consumable slots not gonna help me. I don't think this is enough of a multiplier to really do anything. No repeat hand types. We had a hand where we got like 117,000. This would be a good coupon for us, especially since we have the pool, and then this would be good money. The chances of us getting another negative joker is just so little that I don't even need to count on it. I guess we can end up with... We don't even have that many enhanced cards. I don't even know how this deck has made it this far. Alright, we're going for it. I think I could do 120,000. Even though we don't have a banana, I'm sure it's fine. Well, We can't do any repeat hand types this round. So we can do a 2-pair right now and get that out of the way. And it'll do kind of okay. It'll probably do like under 10,000. Yeah. That's a little scary. Okay, what's my next card? 9 of spades. All right. What do we gamble to get rid of here? There are no enhanced queens, so we could get rid of the queens and hope we get something. This is how this run dies. This is how. The banana breaks and then I can't even get a full house. Jesus Christ, Crispy, what is that? There was a goalie in hockey and he wasn't very good, but there was one year where for some reason he was absolutely insane. The Hamburglar. They gave him free meals for life. That's funny. All right, what is this? What is this? All right, now sign in isn't it's just an article. An eye-watering price tag. This is 2022? I'm with you on that one. I watch FTL for sure. So this is 100 terabyte SSD in that article. I'll pull it up here. Wow, for 40,000. No, I'm sorry, the company has not put price tag on its 50, 100 costing. On the low end for the 50, 12,500. 250 per terabyte, while the 100 terabyte version retailing for about 40,000. That's an SSD, only made for demand. Yeah, that's to be expected. Damn, that's some crazy like stuff like that going on. Wow. All right, we're gonna have to burn our tarot card, unfortunately, but we need to win. Boom. One full house and we win. He might. It's true, he might. Magician up, because why not? I could get the boss reroll. All cards would be debuffed until one Joker is sold. we're getting that voucher. What a great voucher to have. Exactly. All right. Let's reroll. Oh God. Oh God. This is a horrible boss to fight for this. All right, looking for a 7 or a king. Is that a 7 or a king? Thank you very much. No, we didn't get that much better. Yeah, I'll play one high card. Fine. There's my king. Beautiful. Beautiful. So we'll do it like this. Before I do that, let's discard this, see what tarot card we get. Okay, that could be good for our future. Perfect. We just need one of those hands to get it done. All we need. Yeah, we'll play one more just for the interest to grow. That is a straight flush right there. Sure. It won't do very well, but sure. Alright, an ace or a 5? Six of hearts. Six of hearts does not help me. I will play the flush because I can put that in the front and save us a couple of discards. We're kind of in a pickle. This deck is really, like, vulnerable. Because if you don't get a full house, we just lose. Two of clubs. Oh, why you do this? There should still be 2 5s and 2. There's 3 aces and there's only 1 5. There's no more 10s, so why am I? Oh, I should have checked this. Oh, I feel bad now. I feel real bad. Yeah, we should. I'm gonna be punished for this. One full house wins it for us. I can't do anything with the king. I have other kings. I've discarded another one. I think we're playing the pair of 5s just to play them. This is real bad. At least we got some jacks and aces. Okay. So I think the full house, this will win it. But don't need to put this on there because I want to save this for the boss. Yep. I need basically 2 full houses for the boss. Smear does not help me right now, nor does Scholar. Glass card does if we draw it. Yeah, we'll do a glass card. What kind of monitor is that? Jesus Christ. I can't show this on stream, unfortunately. My apologies on that. That is a 75-inch 4K ultra high definition TV. That's $15,000. It only cost me $700 to deliver it. Wow. I don't even know what I would do with that. I couldn't imagine what to do with that. Not a big deal. That is not a big deal. Okay, we need... Has a 2 of spades. Yeah, it's one thing you could do. We have kings and jacks and sevens. I need to know, because I need... The fact that this is the card that got disabled is actually kind of like the best out of all of them for us, considering. 6 of diamonds does not help me. Alright, we're gonna go hunting. Ain't looking too good, boys and girls. Oh. Okay. So we'll put Hierophant on you. And I can't discard this, so but we want the lucky. So we'll put Empress on you. So we'll do lucky, you, and then you. And this will get multiplied the most. And there's no other way to, like, because the way the photograph works. So, yep. That should go really big. Almost. Now I lose all my chip value. But, does it really matter? I don't think so. I think we just win. We beat the painted deck. Would you look at that? Oh, Lord. I can't imagine this deck at gold. I really can't. I really can't. You've got to have some serious negative Joker luck for it to beat the stack on gold. That's crazy. That one game, granted, I was doing a bunch of ranting. That one game went 2 hours. I'm actually that's kind of crazy. I think, sadly, though, that's going to do it for today. A little bit of a short one. Plans later tonight. No biggie on that front. Great conversation. Thanks for everyone hanging out and sharing and all of it. Much love. Great. Fantastic, actually. Absolutely. Yeah. If you want to have crazy stories, good conversation, the painted deck of nightmares, mixed in with a little bit of a couple nuggets of truth, stay on top of it. See you tomorrow for some D&D. Bye-bye.